KRVSR Productions. I am Kenny. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we're gonna stay on racial tension in the United States. And the reason why I'm doing so many of these pods is to bring up the awareness of those that are not really into, or they don't know about the contributions or what has happened through the centuries with the black race in the United States and why black people are or feel the way they feel. Now, as a child growing up in the school systems here in the United States, I remember going back as far as third grade. The children would ask, the teacher would ask the children, what do you want to do when you grow up? And my classes were very much diverse. There was a little bit of everything in my classes. So some of the children would say they want to be an engineer, some say they want to be a firefighter, a policeman. And then there'd be that one student, which would probably be black, that said they want to grow up to be president, the first president. And I remember my teacher, don't want to say her name, she would say, that's stretching a little bit. So you have to understand, even at younger years, we was always told by some of our teachers to limit our dreams and passions because it wouldn't be likely. And at that time in America, the likelihood of a child growing up to be president was not in void. It was like not even to be talked about. So what I want to talk about is, I'm going to be looking down every once in a while because I want to check my notes, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you facts, okay? So that there is no discrepancy on what I'm talking about. A man had a dream. A race of people had a dream. And the dream came true to make the shift in the cosmos. And the cosmos did shift. When Obama was sworn in as the president, then all the hate mongers came out. The country was going through a recession. Who really wanted that job anyway? He was a man that won his presidency and not just won it, he ran through it, but he was taking on the issues of the country going through some crazy stuff. And as we know, Obama was a black man. All hell went loose in the country. Negative comments about how he would do, like if any other president in this country was doing anything even better. I mean, the country was actually going through a recession. So that goes to tell you that somebody was messing up. Who really wanted that job? It's like us starting at a job and knowing that the company was closing down. Now, to some Americans, they would rather have a Martian come from outer space and be president than a black man. They didn't think that we had the knowledge or the know-how. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to give you some figures, some people that did some great things in this country way during slavery or coming out of slavery and to the present time. Like, for example, C.R. Patterson. He was born a slave, built automobiles before Henry Ford in the 1800s out of a little shop in Ohio. Imagine that, Henry Ford, billionaire car mogul. Lewis Howard Latimer. He was an inventor and a draftsman. He drafted the filament for the light bulb, and he assisted on the telephone. George Washington Carver. We know about George Washington Carver. This is the Peanut Man. And do you know that 300 products came out of his invention? Sarah Breedlove, a.k.a. Madam C.J. Walker, the first woman to become a self-made millionaire in America. Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr. invented the traffic light. Henry Thomas Sampson Jr. created the gamma electric cell that went into cell phones and computers. Frederick McKinley Jones invented the refrigerated trucks. This was in the 1940s. Shirley Ann Jackson invented the caller ID. Alexander Miles invented automatic elevator doors. Mark D. C. He's the co-inventor of color IBM PC monitor and the gigahertz chip. Alexander Dumas wrote the Three Musketeers and the Count of Monte Cristo. Now, that's just a few out of hundreds, thousands of people that was doing great work to show the ability of the black man in this country and in this world. Because Alexander Dumas was a Frenchman, but he was half Haitian, and he was a general in the French army. Now there are a bunch of other people like Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture, Ida B. Wells, James Weldon, Paul Bogle, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Nina Simone, Mary McLeod Bethune, Lena Calhoun Horn. These were all activists from the 18th century to the present day. And then we had kings and queens. The Queen of Sheba, which a lot of you don't know, she was a black woman. King Solomon was a black man. Shaka Zulu, another one. Queens and kings. Revolutionaries like Kwame Nkrumah, Frederick Douglass, Huey P. Newton, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. These are just a few people that strived for better justice or the injustices of the United States or around the world. I could go on for hours talking about these people. After doing my homework, I was enlightened, but also I was kind of uptight because these are not the things that they are teaching our children in school, regardless of what race you are. Some of these names I never even heard of, but these people did great things here in the United States. They never talk about the inventions of the black man, that all the inventions that they made. Like that first open heart surgery was from a doctor named, if I get this correct, his name was Douglas Haley. He did the first open heart surgery in Chicago. There's a hospital up in Chicago named after him. Why? Why wasn't these people noted? Why wasn't these people in history books? We learn about, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and this, that, and the other, but we don't learn about these people that did things that we use today, like the ID caller and the refrigerated trucks, things like that, the electric doors on the elevators. We didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. I'm sure a lot of you people out there didn't know that these were black people that made these inventions, or even besides the point, it was a black person that we didn't know who they were anyway. Why isn't the school systems? And I know why. Because it would have to state that black people were doing more in America than they wanted us to know. I pray and hope that eventually these things will come to pass. I know it makes me furious to know that here I am, 59 years old, that I'm just learning about these things. So what I'm trying to bring to you is not just based on, black people knowledge or to let you know about the tensions that because we're not getting our acknowledgement in this country. But it's for everybody. It's for everybody. So people won't walk around ignorant. Won't think that old cliche they used to say, or some people still say that black people are lazy. I truly believe there's lazy people in every race. Every race. No race has a gold seal on workmanship. And also, I want to bring to the attention to one of my viewers. One of my viewers mentioned a statement about what about the Jews when I was talking about the black man being the most hated man in the world. I want to bring you, and you could do your homework on this. This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6. And then you will understand why I say what I say. Because black people just didn't come into play. They weren't just running around wild in Africa as savages. No, they weren't. They've been around since the first man. Since God said that he took the dust of the dirt and made man. He didn't say he took the dust of sand. He didn't say he took the dust of red clay. He didn't say he took the dust of white stone and made man. He said, I took the dust of dirt and made man. And anyone that knows what the color of dirt is, just go, or if you don't know, go in your backyard and pull your grass up and look at that dirt. Let's stop being so ignorant. Let's start accepting everything for the way that it is. And let's stop pointing the fingers. Because this can get really, really serious. If I have to go any deeper than this, guess what? I'm not the person for you. I'm just a regular Joe that works every day, that pays his bills, that budgets his chump change that falls out of these people's pockets. But you and me, we're the same. Because I'm pretty sure that I don't have billionaires watching this. Maybe, maybe not, but most likely not. So let's be understanding to each other and give each other the props that we deserve. And I know for a fact there are some of my Caucasian brothers that have done great things too. I know that for a fact. So I'm not taking nobody out of play here. But I am trying to open the eyes to those that think that black people are worthless, that we're dirty, that we're uneducated. No. If we're uneducated, it's only because of the fact that society has made it so. Hi, my name is Kenny, and this is KRBSR Productions. If you like this pod, thank you very much. Please subscribe to my subscription. I always get that wrong. I'm out.